And welcome back to the History of Fleetwood Mac. I'm Anita. Today we are going to continue looking at posters, and I have, pardon the mess behind me, I have a whole bunch of bags like this with posters sticking out. Some are not Fleetwood Mac, some are other artists and such, but I just thought we'd be surprised together when I unfold them, and we'll see what we have in there. And yeah. This is still not everything. There's still bags like that in storage, and there's something on my table right here that's like in plastic that's never been unrolled. So I don't know if we'll get to that. I'm a little concerned because if I unroll it, I want to see it too. But then I'm like, how do I get it back in the tube, or do I? So yeah, we'll see. You know how I am. So the first one that I pulled out and almost wrecked just before I started filming, because I was checking to make sure they would be seen somewhat, was this really nice Fleetwood Mac one from Behind the Mask. This one was always my favorite because it's more like a lithograph. You know, it's got that really nice fine paper. You can't really tell. The gold around here is kind of metallic a little bit. There's just a light shine to it. And I always thought it just looked kind of regal. It's not just your average band poster. You know, this just, I don't know, it just looks like a nice portrait or something like that. And this is one I would always keep. I remember getting this one and just being like, just thinking kind of like what I said now. There's another one that's out that I think is the British one, and it's all this picture. It's really up close, and there's like the mask at the bottom, and there's no border. I've never had that one, and kind of never got it really because I have this one, so it's kind of good enough, you know. So yeah, that's number one. What do we here? Oh, this one. I've had a couple Stevie HBO posters, and the first one I ever got was already damaged to hell. And then me and my infinite wisdom, when I was younger, because I got it that long ago, I started folding it up. So it was mostly just the picture. So all that stuff down at the bottom was kind of marked out because it was torn and all sorts of stuff. And then when I started putting my scrapbooks together, I'm like, you know what, this one is just toast. I know it's valuable, even in a crappy condition, but, you know, and I ended up cutting out the picture and putting it in my scrapbook, which it reminds me of it. So then I had a really dear friend who worked at a bookstore in Santa Cruz, and this guy was just awesome. His name was Dave, and he was a Stevie Nicks fan too. He collected some stuff here and there and gave me stuff periodically. Just a sweetheart of a guy, and I always feel like a total tool for never keeping in touch with him because the store's been out of business, but I know he's in Santa Cruz, and I just hope he's well. And he surprised me one time with this, and this thing is mint. Looks like it just came out yesterday and was printed at, you know, I can do this a little bit better. So this will forever be mine because I'm just so happy and proud of, you know, just so, it was such a sweet gift and something that is so rare. This one would be a cool one to have signed. I just noticed you can see my autograph. I found the shirt when I was going through all the Fleetwood Mac shirts, and it's my Bow Wow Wow shirt. I met them like in 1989 or 1990, something like that. One of the first people I ever met, and they signed my shirt because I thought that was such a cool idea. And I can't believe I found it. I really did not think I still had it. So, oh, that one just fell behind the bookshelf. Good going. All right, what do we have next? I'm like, oh, it's so valuable, and I treasure it. Just okay. This one is F Mac. Well, that makes sense. This one is one that I've always liked. I mean, I really do. I say, you know, I'll say that about every one of them. But I love that work. And if you saw the work I put into my scrapbook pertaining to this picture and the color scheme and stuff like that, I just always thought this was really pretty. It's not a band picture, but it's a large picture of the cover, which is, I just think, such a pretty picture and such a unique album cover. So probably I'd keep this one. I mean, not too many people are interested in it. If it doesn't have a band in the picture, a lot of people just don't want stuff. But yeah, this is one I've had for quite some time as well. Let's see where this one lands. Next up we have, like I said, it's a surprise. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So yeah, I'll probably keep one and try and sell the other. It does feature Big Love, Seven Wonders, which you can barely see at the bottom, some of the songs, so that's kind of cool. Huh, did not know that. So I don't know which one's mine. But it doesn't matter, I'm just saying. Oh, I value them pitching on the floor. This one I took forever to get. I mean, this one was a hard one to find, and I had it up in one of my first places when I first moved to Portland. I got it like thereabouts, like within a year or so of moving up here. So I kept it up. And, you know, I kept it mup mostly because, you know, the pictures are unusual. And the kind of way I feel is that I would probably keep posters that do have unusual or different pictures. That's the stuff I'd lean more towards keeping than stuff that I have, in the scrapbooks and stuff. The Street Angel ones I'll keep because they're a story that I'm sure I've told. See, I don't have those. I don't even know where those are. Those should be in a frame somewhere, but I have no idea. So, but those two are very special to me. So, what do we have next? Oh, I know I have a couple of these. It looks like something is possibly rolled up in here. This one I'm not going to be able to show you so well. But it is the Mirage cover, and it goes the other way, so I can't really unfold it all the way. But it's quite large, and it's really nice. This is a really nice poster. This one is just, again, it kind of just really looks cool. And kind of a harder one to come by. It's not rare, but it's just one that a lot of people keep. And there's also a cardboard display of this that I know a couple people had. And one person's like, you can have it if you come get it, because nobody would ship it. So, yeah, so that's kind of a bummer. A David Bowie poster, so from the Fillmore, who knows what, yeah. I saw him at the Fillmore, so it was a really cool show. Oh, we have another one of these that I showed you upstairs, and I still have the framed one in my storage unit, so we know we've got at least 3 of those then. Anybody watching, I mean, this is not, I'm not trying to sell stuff on my page, that's not what I'm about, but I am trying to sell my posters. The thing is if anybody's interested, shipping posters is ridiculously expensive. Nobody wants tubes anymore. They want you to put it like in the square size one. So trying to come up with, a cost that's effective to people, because people won't spend a lot of money on posters, but you lose so much money on shipping that you can't do free shipping. And I'm not kidding, like for a tube, so for something about this size or something like, and I can't sell, but here's a door. So roughly, figure that. And this one was, well, this came to Music Millennium. This is actually what I won my Buckingham Nixon. That's probably what's in there too. But that would probably cost about $20 to ship. They don't want anything rolling, and then it has to be a certain length, and if it's any longer, it's ridiculous. But my point is, if anybody does want something or try and work something out, I'm more than happy. Again, I'm not here trying to influence anybody or trying to sell to anybody, but it's this kind of stuff in my collection. I just, I'm not keeping anymore. I was thinking of taking some to that expo thing that I'm working at the end of this month, but I don't know, because at least people could then just take it, Here's another Mirage one that I just showed you. So 2 of those. That might be all I think I have of that one. This one is beat up to hell. This one I would part with in a second because nobody looks great in these pictures. I mean, Chris actually she looks pretty good. She looks pretty stone still, but John and Mick and Lindsay and Stevie just, I don't know, Stevie looks good too. But, they all look like they're taking their mug shots, you know what I mean? And this one has a lot of damage. Like, this is something I would give to somebody, but again, trying to find shipping. But it is smaller, so it's a shorter tube. So it probably wouldn't be that much, but yeah. But you'd want to get something else probably to make it worthwhile for the shipping. I also don't know how YouTube is about that. I don't want anybody to, because I'm report me or say anything. I'm not trying, this is not a for-profit. This is just sharing my hobby and my collection, but if anybody is looking for posters, just reach out to me and we'll try and figure it out. Rocketeer Disney. Oh, sure, okay. Somebody gave me a whole bunch of posters to sell for them, and see how that worked out? Because I still have them, so there's that. Sinead O'Connor. At least some of them are labeled, right? This looks like... Oh, I love this one. This is the other one when I was talking about the Christine McVie one. I love this poster. Yeah, I'll definitely keep this one. This one, it also took me a really long time to get. I almost forgot I had it. Yeah, great picture of her. I love the font here at the top, which you can't see. Yeah, this is nice. It's got some damage, like some bendy in it, but I would definitely frame it and featuring the songs and stuff like that. Yeah, this is a great poster. Trying to think if there's more than 2 posters, the sideways one of the album cover and this one. Probably there's stuff, from overseas, Japan. I know Japan had one. There's one I wanted so bad. And wait till you see the Stevie one I got from Japan, though. I don't think I've shown that on my channel yet. It was not cheap. And the guy, you know, I talked the guy down a little bit, but it was still pretty expensive. And then he had a Christine McVie one, and I'm like, and then he had it for, I mean, a couple of years, and he's disappeared. I can't find him on eBay anymore. But man, it was a beautiful poster. I wanted it so bad. This one came out. These were pretty standard for the dance. This, again, is also a small poster. Yeah, a lot of stores were giving this out. You know, they're not very big, again, compared to a door, just about a door size, sideways. But they're short, so it would be short in a manning tube, kind of like the Fleetwood Mac Live one. So again, here's a tube to give you an idea. So, where are we at here in time? Okay. This is Tori Amos. Susie and the Banshee. Oh, the Creatures. Never giving those up. Love, love, love her. Oh, this one is really nice. This one, really nice. I had the Greatest Hits one that goes the other direction. And it has all the different pictures in it, but the fact that it has just this one picture where Stevie's like smoking hot here. I hope you can see that okay. This is just a great band picture in general, I think, but Stevie looks great. And I just like that it's this picture enlarged, you know what I mean? So, and again, the font on it, Fleetwood Mac, again at the bottom, Greatest Hits here. So that's a cool one. I think this might have been Dawn's. Not anymore. It actually looks like I can wrap this up in one video. What these are here. We're actually almost done because there's so many other people. This was one that I definitely, this might have been Dawn's, I'm not sure. But this is one I've been looking for quite some time. So that was a cool one. Yeah, you know, now at this point, I don't know that I'd keep it anymore, but I love that it was a large picture. And, you know, no, I take that back. I might, because again, this is an unusual photo and something that, you know, is kind of hard to come by. I don't even know where these were put up. A lot of stuff I'd seen, you know, like in record stores and stuff like that, but these things I never saw. So, big ass posters here. Big. So, Susie. Another one of those here. But then, I think that, oh, this one is really nice. This is the movie-size poster. It's probably going to fall out for the In Your Dreams, which is rare. This one is super rare. The like large, super large. This is what they had like in the marquees and stuff like that. I was in Los Angeles for something Stevie related. Don't ask me what, but I was there. And I had asked, we had gone to see, my boyfriend and I had gone to see the movie in Portland. And they had one of these, you know, on the side. And then it's on the marquee and stuff like that, but they had one poster. And so I went up to the end of, you know, at the end of the movie and I said, listen, I know that everybody and their uncle is asking for this poster, but I implore you, I'm a huge fan. I know everybody else is too, but I'm just saying, please, please, I want this poster so bad. And, you know, you just don't know what a collection. It was years before I was doing the videos and stuff. And so I was down in Los Angeles and they called me. And I cannot convey to you how much I was so worried that I wouldn't get it, that I almost got back in the car and drove home. And I wasn't even, I think I might have, I was visiting family, but I had Dawn with me. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. So actually it wasn't Stevie related, but we were going to stay there for like another day or two. We were in Santa Monica and yeah, I almost got in the car and went home and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it. I mean, and they were sweet enough and I offered to pay them something or put it, it's a really nice theater in the Hollywood district of Portland and, you know, contribution to them because, you know, it's an old theater and keeping theaters anywhere before or after the pandemic was really hard. And they're like, no, it's fine. And I'm like, I just could not believe it. I'm so thankful. I've never seen one on either full-size one. Not saying that there isn't, but it's pretty rare. When I talked about Lindsay posters, I was asking myself where this one was. This one was really nice, and this one was signed. I guess this was something you could buy at the time. I didn't know that, and this one I got from a really big Lindsay fan. And it's just in mint condition, and it's so great that it's signed. But yeah, I really like this one too. This one I had up for quite some time. Let's see. I'm going to drop all these here. Ugh. This isn't good. Oh no! Oh no! Something had tape on it. No! Okay, I'm not going to do that while I'm on camera because I will have a coronary. That would be bad. Oh my god, how did that... I don't know what the hell had tape on it. Like I said, another one of these. Sorry this video is going long and I'm rambling. And again, I didn't put on a microphone, so hopefully it's unlegible. Alright, so I think the last things I have are... Yeah, this one's nice too. 25 years in Fleetwood Mac with just a collage of photos, which is really nice. That's a cool one too. For the box set. Not one I'm keeping probably. But this is another thing. Again, talk about begging people. And I can kind of feel a little bit of a texture on this. It's such a bummer. But I got this. And this was up in my old apartment when I first moved here. This is the vinyl banner for Trouble in Shangri-La. And it's quite large. So it's not quite the length of the door. But I probably have about 3 inches on top that you can't see. And probably about... 10, 12 inches below. So it's really big. And it's the same on both sides. Really nice. I think this side is a little bit lighter. Or not. I had a really cool when you walked up the stairs to my apartment that I first moved to when I came to Oregon. When you walked down the stairs, or upstairs obviously, the wall was kind of slanted like that, and then it had a high part. And my boyfriend and I risked our lives, and I'm not kidding you, because we had to put the stairs on the stairs, I mean the little step stool on the stairs to get this, and try and get nails in or something in there, and we had it hung there, but when we did, it was a little bit off, which just pissed him off to no end, and me too, with my Virgo traits, but it got up there, so that was really, you know, and it was so long. Getting it down was also quite an obstacle, but we did it, so I think that is it for these. So that was actually all the bags. I'm really surprised. See if there's anything small on these ones. I'm really sorry for everything behind me. Like I said, I am packing for that vendor thing coming up at the end of the month. So this tiny tube would be like the right size. And this one actually, when you put stuff in these tubes, you can actually then put it in an envelope, which pisses them off because they can feel that it's a round thing. I'm just telling you also, if you go to ship anything, get a larger envelope or 2 envelopes. I did one where it kind of came to here and then another one and then tape it. That way, in the back of the truck, it doesn't roll around, but you're still shipping a poster, and they're supposed to charge you a poster amount, but they can't because it's in a bag. I thought I was pretty clever on that one. So yeah, that is it. That is it for the posters that I have. I hope you enjoyed this, and we're not quite as long as the last video. I will try to, I'll be in storage this weekend probably, so I'll try and find what else I can. And we'll wrap up posters. But again, I had them, and you know, I was thinking to go through them. Some of the stuff I found in my stuff upstairs that I showed you yesterday, I think, I'm taking to that vendor thing. So not Stevie stuff, but some other stuff. So not that you asked. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.